Let's see. Be right with you. Just getting a little bit of background music set up. They used to show it in the stream, but now they don't. So I'm just going to put on, I'm going to download the app quick. That'll help me discover more music as well. And it's going really slow, but this way I can have some background music that I can hear. I don't really care. I mean, I know that sounds bad to say, and I do care, but if you don't have sound or not, then is it really the end of the day? But if you were to hear it through the mic, I don't want to get a copyright infringements. God, those wheels are nice. I love those wheels. What a nice looking wheel. Whatever happened to wheels? Oh, that didn't take long at all. All right, we got some beats. Gonna get busy. Get this carpet out. I wonder what category this is under. Oh, we got one live viewer. Awesome. Nope, they're gone. How do I edit to see? I don't think I categorized this correctly. So I'm just trying to see if I can edit it or look at it while I can't. Because if this isn't under automotive and it's under like people and blogs or something, then should I just end it and start a new live? Because the last few settings, the last few times it's been under like people and blogs or entertainment, and I don't want it under that. This should be under automotive. So if there's anybody out there, I see I got 4 viewers, which is awesome. But I don't know if you can tell or not, but what is this listed under? Is it listed under auto and vehicles, or like comedy? And I don't know what it's categorized, and I think that hurts. Well, I know it hurts. So We'll get started here in a second. I'm just trying to get things situated and warmed up. It's cold in the shop this morning. Very cold. We're up to, not quite 50 degrees yet. Or no, I'm sorry. We're at almost 60. Depending on how you read it. It's freezing. It's -1 outside, -1. Hey, thanks for hitting that like button. I don't know, I can't read. Oh, okay, there is no chat yet. That's cool. We got the seats out. I sucked all the water. There was some residual water in the floorboard from sitting for 4 years. Roof drain's probably plugged. Sunroofs, has little drains up there that could plug. What else do we got? It didn't flood. I can tell you that because I can see that there would be a water line or something on the carpet if it was flooded. But I'm hoping to sell it for some money, make some money on it. A flipper. I'm not a flipper. I haven't flipped a car or sold a car in probably, the last car I sold was to the junkyard and it got crushed. So, gosh, it's been probably a couple of years if my memory is right. I mean, I don't do it often. It's a good way to make money though. But if you sell one bad car in a small area like I live in, then you could get a bad reputation really quick. I just don't want to sell a bad car. But I know that this will be a good car to sell. Glockaholic French fries. French fries available if interested. Awesome. Frenchies, not French fries. Why did I say French fry? Geez, talk about how the brain reads what it wants to see. I just want some French fries this morning, man. Glockaholic Frenchies. Frenchies available if interested. I'll be honest, man, I don't know what that is. I don't know what a Frenchie is. Thought it was a braid in a hair, like a style of hair. But I know all about the Glocks. I was a pistol instructor for many years. I'm going to shut my heater off here in just a minute. I don't know if you guys can hear the background noise or not, but we're going to get that shut off in a sec and get this carpet out of here so we can get it cleaned. While the carpet's out, I'm going to try to work this onto the hoist, I think. And then we'll get it up in the air and get the motor out, drop the, I don't know, power unit assembly, we'll call it. And then tomorrow I have to get some dental work done in the morning, and then I'm going to probably drive and pick up the engine. And I don't know how much work I'll want to do. Hey, thanks, Easy Ethan. Appreciate that. That's awesome. A lot of points and XPs and jewels and gifts. That's awesome. I'm gonna see if I can click on it. I don't know what. I know it helps. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Something with my phone isn't. Show every message. Okay, cool. Well, easy Ethan. It was I bought it originally for my son. He turns 13, and I thought it'd be kind of a cool project car. Get it something we could work on together, throw a motor in it, fix it up. I get to drive it for a little bit, take him to school in it for a year, then he gets his permit. But realistically, this isn't us. We don't need this. I'm not a four-door car guy. It's a great car. I could tell you about how awesome this platform. This is like the best of the best platforms ever made for numerous reasons if you want a four-door sedan. But it's really, really snowy outside. Hold on, it'll be really bright here. I can't. It's just all white. Everything is blinding white. I can show you. I can't even show you out the door. It's just pure white everywhere. So my son wants a snowmobile and not the 340 air-cooled twin that I just bought from the junkyard. So, and respectfully so. Hey, Crystal. Hey, living the dream. Colin, how you doing, man? Quick update on living the dream. I'll just say it quick since you're here. Rob, or I think I already did. I think I told you that he's waiting some litigation on the bus title. It's held up in a probate court, I believe, and then he'll be going after the title once it passes through that, if that makes any sense. So I hope that gives you some security or solstice in the decision on that. You know, it could be a month, it could be 3 months, it could be another year. I hope for God it's not another year, because the bus is parked right at the end of my driveway. And we see each other every morning. I'll just say that. Awesome. Cool. Right on. I'm glad I got that figured out. And I don't know where Rob is, but I need to be Airbnb in his house when he's gone, because he's gone all the freaking time and his house just sits empty. And it's like, dude, you could be, we live in this quirky little yuppie, ritzy sort of fake town, and it attracts tons of weekend tourism, and he's gone and I'm here. So like I could babysit it too, make sure that the people are legit, and he wouldn't even need to rent out the whole house. He could just do a flat, like the upstairs, the downstairs. Maybe I should just start doing it and not tell him, and then just like be, here's a stack of cash, and he'd be like, what's this for? And I'd be like, oh, I've been renting your house out for the last 6 months when you're gone. He'd be like, oh my God, thank you so much. Easy Ethan, that's sick, bro. I wish my dad was that sick when I was 13. Still waiting on the snow in Connecticut. Best wishes with the snowmobile. Thank you. Thank you. So that's what we're going to do, is flip the car and buy a sled, and I'll pay myself a wage for doing this. Because I should, you know, I fix cars. There's my hoist, there's my motorcycle lift, but I like to fix motorcycles. And there's my son's dirt bike with a little festive theme going on there. Some Christmas lights for y'all. Send a high five right back at you. X-Tuner XTR says, hi, how are you doing today? Hope you're having a good day. Colin says, soon as he has things sorted, just give me a message and we can talk some prices. Many thanks, mate. Absolutely. That sounds great. X-Tuner XTR, hope you're having a good day. Easy Ethan says, hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. But I'm going to pull the glove box down next. We're going to take the glove box down and get the HEPA filter out. There's a mouse nest sitting on top of that. That'd be up in there. And then the carpet should be relatively ready to pull. There's a dude in the area that has a detailing business, and I had him do an excursion for me years ago. We had a big excursion and went on a trip to Alabama. It was the last road trip I ever went on, and my son was 2 and now he's 3. So it was 11 years ago. My God, time flies when you're a single dad. And so he missed like a bunch of wax on the roof, and you could tell he didn't vacuum under a couple of the rear seats. And I get it, an excursion is big. And I even told him, like, dude, if your normal price is like 200, I get it if you want to charge me 350. Like, I totally get it. I just want the job done right. So anyway, I was thinking about pulling the carpet and taking him just the carpet, but easy, Ethan. I got a monkey and Dinah. Been getting Dinah ready for the next season. Been wanting to start live streaming while I'm in the shop, working on getting subs right now. Respect the hustle. Hey, awesome, dude. Let's see here if I can. I don't know what I can do from my phone because I usually do verticals. I usually do an OBS stream with like a few cameras in the shop and much lower interaction though. This is a G37X 2013, and it's got the VVVEL motor, the variable valve event lift, and it's got 160,000 miles on it. And it was owned by a 20-year-old, and it was beat the piss out of. It's got ARK exhaust with Burke test pipes, and I don't think he ever changed the oil on it, and the chains stretched, the valves touch the pistons, but the motor still turns over. It's just got low compression in 5 of the 6 holes. And I got a new motor for $600, dude, for a new 100K motor. So not new, obviously, but from a reputable source, a source that I've dealt with for 2 decades. And it's going to start. It's going to run great. We'll change the oil on it and make sure that the oil is clean and full, and it'll run great. We'll beat on it a little bit to make sure it doesn't break for the new owner, and then it's going to be sold. Because if you change the oil, I mean, look at this one went 160,000 miles. In the last 30,000 miles, I guarantee you, were just pure beat. So the trans will be good. These are bulletproof. The T cases are bulletproof. The differentials are bulletproof. It might need a wheel bearing once I get it out on the highway, get it up to speed. We'll see if anything's singing a song. But Joe Balls, who are you kidding? This POS ain't ever going back on the road. LOL. Yeah, no, it will be. It'll be soon. It'll be hopefully by next weekend. This thing will be completely done, detailed, new engine, all good to go. All good to go. And X tuner. Guess I don't like playing the guessing games, but I was at the junkyard and I was just walking through the place and I came across it, and they just got it and they were never going to sell it, so they were going to crush it most likely. They don't deal with this stuff, and it's kind of like a good old boy. If that thing gets back on the road, it'll be a Christmas miracle. Oh, well, you should see some of the miracles I can work, Joe. I know you're just razzing from last night, or at least I would assume you are, because we had a good chat last night. And I know you're not keen on the Jap scene, but I sure have a spot in my heart for Japanese vehicles. So much that I'm putting an LS V8 in my Toyota RAV4. That's how much I love Japanese. I took the motor out and I put a good old American LS in there. Point A to point B, good for me. Yes, exactly. I do too. Whatever I can drive, I drive cheap. My last vehicle was a 2006 Toyota Sienna, and it lasted me. I did a video. If you check out my channel, you can see it. It's marginally done, edited marginally well. 338,000 miles. Did nothing to it ever. Did nothing. Didn't do anything other than change the oil twice here and there, and tires and brake pads here and there, but that was it. And then the same people that basically gave me that Sienna, their business shut down, and I had been their mechanic for so many years. They just wanted to see me have their other Sienna, which is a 2014 Sienna. High mileage, but it's clean. It was a flower delivery van, so it's mint. And so, yeah, I drive whatever I can get cheap. I'm not paying I would never have a car payment. There's no way. There's just no way. I would rather walk or ride a bicycle. There's no way I'm paying money monthly when it's so attainable. So yeah, let's get some carpet out. We're gonna get the HEPA filter air cleaner, or air, not the air, the intake air, the cabin air cleaner. Really struggling with my camera angles because I can't move the camera other than vertical. Maybe I can put it in the car. It won't fit. And I was gonna put y'all on a gimbal, but I hate my gimbal and it drifts. Not like a GTR, but that's sort of doable. My fat head's gonna be right in the way, but yeah, I've driven all sorts of different makes, models, brands, just whatever's available. And well, I have so many backups. Right now I have a Ford minivan. I don't know what it is. It's not an Aerostar. I don't know if it's a Windstar, but it's there and it's good to go. So if my Sienna ever needs something, then I've got that. And I also have a Yukon all-wheel drive, 6-liter 03, no AFM, DOD, none of that garbage. And that's kind of always just, if the battery's dead, you jump it, or it'll start and run always. So I got to quit talking and start working. We have a little mouse house. Oh, we've got a missing Phillips here, a missing Phillips here. So whoever did the HEPA filters last, most likely, or they've been done so many times that they're stripped out, but I doubt that. Oh, I can't believe too, they covered up this. Well, this should just pop out. Yeah, this is polished aluminum, which I'm going to take all this fake carbon fiber crap off. Because if you do it slowly with a hairdryer, it just peels right off the polished aluminum. So we'll be getting rid of most all of that. It drives me nuts. So gaudy. Why would you ever put fake carbon fiber? And it just peels right off and it'll look like brand new. So actually it might have preserved some of it, but yeah, this is all polished aluminum. Again, I don't know why they would do that. So we have another Phillips here and another one here. Or at least there used to be. Maybe got to pop. Nope. It's been a while since I've done one. But I swore, oh, take that off. There it is. I knew there was one there. And there it is. I thought you had to shut it to get to them, but maybe that was on the EX35s, or they're all a little different, but yet pretty similar. It's like partially stuck. Okay, it's not. All right. And this ought to just You should just pull out of there. Did I miss a screw? Oh, there. There's a little cord thingy there. Yep, there's always a stupid screw I forget. Even at the dealership, I would forget it from time to time. You do 3 of them a day, and I don't know why, but there, that's a lot easier. Normally, we would just let these hang, but I want to get that all out of there. And then our HEPA filter's right here with a nice old mouse nest sitting on it. So we're just gonna shit can that. I don't have a new one, but we'll leave it out till carpet goes back in, and we'll get a new one at that point in time. The GTR that you mentioned is my dream car. Right on, dude. Joe says, too much detail work. Got to get a seat and a belt and start grinding gears, brother. Heck yeah. Who needs a cabin air filter? Nobody, right? That rat's nest added filtration. Exactly. No, it did. It added another layer of filtration. Oh, man. And all the... I've had to throw whole families away at the dealer. They would come in for a service, and yeah, there'd be a whole family living in there. And what do we got here? Uh-oh. Looks like someone got in a little bit of trouble. What do we get? Oh, not just one citation, but looks like a couple of them. Let's take a look here. All right, what do we got here? Speeding. 70 and a 55. So that sucks. And we've got another El Chiquito for speeding, 70 and a 55. This may just be a copy of the copy, and it is. So there's just one ticket. 15 over. Shit happens, right? I've done worse. I've gotten caught doing worse. So I'm not going to say a word about that. That happens. But it does reinforce the fact that the previous owner beat on this thing and ripped on it quite a bit. I went to Nissan school when the GTR first came out. X-Tuner XTR, and they had a 2000, what would it have been, an 02 or 03 when I think 03 or 04 was when the GTR came back, you know, and they brought it back here to the States. And we were there for Infiniti training, but there were also a Nissan techs there for GTR training. So we got to check it out. I didn't get to, like, you know, I got to sit and do everything. It was really cool. Check everything out. But I didn't get to learn about it like the Nissan guys did, so to speak. I'd take a Sawzall to everything not needed and start shredding pounds. Cheddarhead says possession of cocaine and hookers on the ticket, bro. What's going on, Cheddarhead, man? Good to see you in here. Hope you're having a good day. We are we're trying to. I lost my wallet. I can't find it, so I'm trying to find my wallet. No, I'm just kidding. We're getting the carpet out of this thing. Had some moisture in it from sitting for 4 years. I thought it was too nice of a car to see it get crushed. And to the Nissan world, the Infiniti world, it's still a really nice, good, clean car. So take that portion of the dash out of there and make some extra space for a camping cot and make it a one-man. Dude, you know what those videos are really selling? You make a good point. Like, I mean, there's a ton of room. You could totally, I don't even think you'd need to take any of the dash out. If you just left the back seats out, there's plenty of room. You could sleep there. And I could do a video like how me and my 13-year-old son live in a 4-door car in the winter when it's 0 degrees out in my driveway. No, I'm just kidding. But that's not a bad idea. If you really wanted a sporty, badass car, and taking these seats out alone shed hundreds of pounds. But this thing's just a flipper. But that is a great idea, dude. I mean, there's so much room, and you could take the portion of the dash out too, just to you could put like a small fridge up there. There's tons of interior space in this thing. There really, really is. Jackson car interview. Good to see you today. This is a 2013 Infiniti G37X with glowing pipes and a CR80 with some Christmas tree lights. It had some moisture, sat for 4 years. The carpet's pretty nasty. There was some water on the driver's side floorboard. I believe the roof drains are plugged. I know they are. And like I said, it sat with the windows up for quite some time. So the last it was registered in 2022. So, you know, at least a minimum of 3 to 4 years. It needs an engine. Joe says, make a video of the chap sin bin. Like the, if this car's a rockin', don't come a knockin'. Get that camp cot in there and make videos of blowing pipes with street metal, LOL. Oh man, that's really not a bad idea. But I think a better idea would be to just get the project done, flip it, move on, cash in. It's going to be a profitable project, I hope. We're not in it for much. And what do we have? 2 hours last night of me babbling and just babbling nonstop. I was able to accomplish a little bit, pretty much get all this out. And then we got 2 screws there yet. And then today will be another 2 hours because I'm going to stop at noon. I've got a busy afternoon with a few other appointments that I need to get to. So trying to just utilize cool. The carpet does not go any higher than that. There's a little clippy press in tab to keep the carpet from sliding around. Use this little Tulio here. Takes that out nice and like that. Okay, and there is ductwork that's like glued to the bottom of the carpet. So we'll get that popped out. We got to get these stupid little floor mat holder clips. We'll get the right tool for that. Just kind of work it out of there. Just one of those that presses in. Nice and reusable. There. There. I'll go over to the other side, pop that panel off, the clip. Oh, you can stare at that for a second while I move the light. That's what, like probably 10 horsepower and 30 horsepower. So you're looking at like a combined 40 horsepower of stickers right now. Just by putting them on the window, dropped a full second off the quarter-mile time. Full second. So if you're struggling to get into the 9s, just a couple of stickers, bro. You'll get there. And I sucked the water out of the floorboard last night, and it's almost, yeah, it's almost all dried out already. I gotta shut my heater off too. I won't have any heat for the rest of the winter. I gotta check my phone quick. Oh gosh, neighbor Rob texted me. Rob says, tomorrow night I have a cake concert to go to at the Sylvie. Will you be around to let my dog out in the afternoon? Or should I take her with me to work? And absolutely, I can let her out. Just let me know what time. Or like 5 o'clock for a couple hours. It's supposed to be pretty nice tomorrow. I mean, she could just come down here and hang out in the shop, but if she opened, or if someone opened the door and she ran out, I don't know if I would be able to get her back. So I miss having a dog in my shop. We used to have a Springer Spaniel, and she left us too soon. But and that's why I don't ever want to get a dog again. All right, here we are on the driver's side, looking in from the driver's side rear door. We're gonna go back here and see what we got. Get that camp cot. Does this car start? Nope. Needs an engine. The previous owner didn't ever change the oil, and the timing chains on these will stretch over time if you, well, I just think the variable intake valve and exhaust cam timing, and as well as the variable valve event lift timing, is just, it's a lot of stress on the chains. And it's got 160,000 miles, and the last 30,000 miles were really tough. I bet. I heard the guy drive it in town a few times, and it wasn't ever nice. So, and it's got like a full ARK $2,000 exhaust on it with test pipes, no cats. So the new owner will have to be of that, hopefully, tuner mindset. It's a very tunable car and a very durable motor if you change the oil. Look at the console. It's roached. Well, we took the console out last night. The console's in really nice shape. The lid and everything is actually right here. So that's really nice. And this is even leather covered, and there's no tears or anything in it. So I think it looks roached. Absolutely. It looks like it was at a police auction. X Tuner XTR says, bro, I'm 17 and I still dream of owning a car. Well, save up and get with the right people. You know, that's the biggest thing. Is I'm fortunate enough and I'm so grateful to have such a mom and pops. The mom's not involved, but you know what I mean? It's like a mom and pops junkyard. It's a really cool place. And it's all about timing too. I mean, had I not shown up for a week, they wouldn't have called me and said, hey, we got an Infiniti here for you, Carrie. No, they would not have done that. They're busy. They got shit to do. They get this car in, it sits for a week, nobody wants it, crush it. There's video of the hang bus. You got the shaggin' wagon. Get some. Oh my God. I'll just leave that. That's hilarious though. Besides, I know how to drive a manual. There you go. That's cool. Make it a speedboat. That's another idea. Like those dudes with that C10 Chevy truck, they put I made it look like on a pontoon boat with a jet drive. Better be a hot mom, right? Yeah, X-Tuner, XTR, man, just save up. I don't think you should have to spend more than a couple $1,000s to get a decent first car. Connecticut, you said, if I'm not mistaken. So is that winter wonderland, or do you get a lot of salt? Because like here in Wisconsin, it's brutal. They literally run tanker trucks on the road that just dump fluid everywhere. Solution, they call it a salt brine or an anti-de-icing solution. Well, if it's a whole tanker full of chemicals, where's it going when all this melts? It can't be good for stuff. I think just good old salt. If they have to use something, just use salt. But even salt doesn't work in these super cold temperatures. So you got that to deal with. Let's see here. We need our little red pry bar and a Phillips screwdriver. We got this here. We'll start with this. Oh, go get our Phillips. And like my son said today on the way to school, he's like, you know, the G37 is a really good deal. We got it for next to nothing. We got a used motor coming for $600. That'll be a day of my time to put that in. We've got about 4 hours into the interior so far with me babbling on a live stream. So if I didn't do this, I would be a little bit more productive. Probably twice, if not even more. But I enjoy sharing it, and maybe if I can help others in some way, give my 25 years of automotive wisdom. And prior to that, I mean, I grew up with a dad who was a mechanic, but I never really took a interest in, or my dad would just be, you know, go away, kid, you're bothering me type of, I gotta go do this. We'll see you later. And so until he started his own business. And then when he started his own business, I didn't really want anything to do. I was a teenager, so I wanted to ride my dirt bike and hang out with my friends. This should just pop out of here. If I'm not mistaken, which I have been mistaken a handful of times so far. I swore Well, we might not need to. I can get to the little clip right. Sweet. Then there's a AC thing. You got to just pop this off. So much little plastic stuff. Just got to kind of, thankfully the dealership that I worked at, you know, I learned pretty quick not to break stuff because it's expensive, and there's a service manual that gives you a procedure and how to do it exactly. So if you can read, you can pretty much do this. You might not be proficient, and that's sadly what the industry, I could never imagine being a mechanic in a shop again, in a real shop. Not that I don't like to think I'm a real shop, but now, is that a mosquito? I think it is. Freaking mosquito in the middle of December, and it's 1 degree outside. This accelerator pedal is bolted right there, and there's a little, we're gonna have to pop this plastic off. I think we'll be able to access our bolts right under there, if I'm not mistaken. Because it sure feels like there's a couple of studs, and I think there's some stuff up there too. So we'll get better lighting. This is right here. There we go. Nasty. Yeah, we got almost positive it's under that. Not under the car. Yeah, and that's all ready to go. So we're down to that. Down to our APP, accelerator pedal position. I bet a Pontiac Fiero can survive the winter. Actually, it's funny you say that, because there's one, a nice red one sitting. It was sitting, I might even have it on my video with this car. It's a red one. They rot out bad here though, dude. They just did. Even if they were driven like once or twice in the winter, or like, it doesn't matter. Once the salt gets to it. Oh yeah, I got under it and looked pretty good. The interior is okay. I think it's a Tech 4, the 2.5 Iron Duke. But I believe they also came with the 2.8 or the 3.1 V6 GM, if I'm not mistaken, in the Fieros. But this one I know is a 4-cylinder, which I should ask, because I've got a wood chipper I need to put a 4-cylinder gas engine on. Maybe. Pontiac Fieros are cool though, dude. Check out Gen Z Garage. I wish I could link shit from my, I can't do anything from my phone. I want to make, let me see here. Oh. There, X-Tuner, XTR. You've been granted, if you're around or you have the ability to drop links or anything, and you want to put your link in the description there, feel free. And if you do so, add Gen Z Garage if you don't mind, or if you've never heard of her, she's awesome. She's got a Pontiac Fiero restoration project she's doing on YouTube. Very detailed, very well edited, scripted, very well spoken, very impressive, and she's like growing pretty good. But yeah, Gen Z Garage, check it out. I've got to get a little pick. We're going to pick that plastic out and get this accelerator pedal position sensor, because that's really all it is. It's not, I mean, it is a pedal, but there's sensing stuff inside of it, potentiometers and all sorts of funny electrical wizardry. And I swear there's like a little, yep. Pop that plastic out. This has been sitting in water though for a while. Not sitting, but oof. That's a little bit of science there. We've got some oxidation and corrosion and rustification. The rustification of the automotive world. Seems like everything on YouTube is the ification right now. Ification of everything. Oh, that's really cool. I was expecting them to be like so rusted and seized. Oh. There's the gas pedal. Bosch. Made in the Czech Republic, you lying pieces of shit. They say that 90-some% of the part source content is from Japan. There's no way 90% of this car can be from Japan if the parts content is 98% Japan. And this is made in the Czech Republic by Bosch, which is a German company, and the wiring harnesses are made in China. That's already 10% of the car. Oh, it pisses me off. Then don't say it. Don't even put a sticker. But they have to, because it was built in Japan in 2013. This was 100% made in Japan. And that's why the build quality is just unsurpassable. You cannot find better build quality than a Japanese early 2000s vehicle. They just had it so figured out. And then they followed suit with everybody else, thinking that, oh, if we keep making good stuff, it's never going to last, or it's going to keep lasting, and we're not going to be able to sell cars like we can. So now they've just made cars so overpriced they can't sell them. So it's like, what do you do? What do you do? Oh, I'm hoping it. Yep, there we go. We're going to kind of lift up and around that, hopefully. Oh, there's a heater vent. I think we're going to have to take this lower panel off. It's not that big of a deal though. I think that's all we got to do, honestly. And just give it a tug. And then we can get our 2 Phillips screws. One's right there. Come on. There we go. one more down here somewhere over the rainbow. There's a mosquito right there. So that shows you how much moisture was in this car. It's December, and we have mosquitoes coming out of the woodwork, literally. They're like, must be hatching as we speak. We're gonna just put that there. There we go. No reason that we should have to get super rough and tough with things. I'm going to go over to the other side and work it up and around anything that might. Wow, we dropped off quick down to three live viewers and 3 thumbs ups. We got 5. We can hit them thumbs ups. Give them thummies some uppies. Yesterday I had like 50 thumbs ups. Maybe. But it doesn't matter. All right, now we're about ready to get this carpet out. Oh, no, we're not. We need to disconnect this harness. There. One more. Right. Come on. God, the oval ones suck. You just can't get a good... There we go. One more. There she goes. Let's see here. Oh, you're in the Philippines? That's cool. CB Media is there, I believe. Is CB Media out of the Philippines? I saw that. But yeah, CB Media, what's his name? Gosh darn it, I can't think of it right now. I want to say Chris, but it's totally not Chris. CB Media, long-tailed boat car dude. He's got the BMW. Like, he's got some really good content, and I actually haven't seen his content lately. So I'm just gonna look at all that water coming out of there. I'm gonna fold it onto this side because all the water still coming out of the carpet. I don't want it to dribble all over all that. So we'll fold it like that. I'm just gonna kind of gently pull it out the side door here. There we go. And we'll put it there. We got the bucket ready to clean up too. We got our So there we go. There's a big old chunk of pre-molded carpet. The FE Aeros are cool cars. So in the Philippines, what's the car situation? Can you get your license at 16 or is it 18? Or let's learn about the Philippines and the driving. I'd love to hear about that. Well, I've seen the driving through CB Media's. I want to go on a long-tail boat with the diesel, the Isuzu, that Isuzu 4-cylinder diesel that everybody loves. All right. Boom. Out. Let's go take a look at the water. Oh, not bad. That's just from pulling the carpet, that right there. That just dribbled down when I pulled the carpet. Same with that. That's from the carpet. So we just had a lot up there. There's a little bit of rust on that. But again, that's just residual surface rust from that. I mean, obviously it's soaked through the metal. Like I'm not going to argue with anybody about that. But it's just crazy that the floorboard goes down that far. So this is all for transmission, the transfer case. This goes down, way down, way down. It's like a foot spot for Bigfoot. Yeah, you pull the interior out of this Living Alaska. If you're still in here, man, it's a lot of available room. We're gonna pull this like diaper pad out. Well, I'm gonna cut it here so I don't have to rip it out from that side because this side looks pretty clean. It's just this side here that we had could have been sitting at a weird angle too. You know, the more I think about it, like you see these little, this is like, what is this? Yeah, that's grass from a lawnmower. That's all cut evenly. And so I wonder if it wasn't sitting at like a weird angle, you know, and the roof drain or the sunroof. There's a drain there and back there. Oh, sorry about that. See, that's why I don't try to do that. It kicks me off. I try to just keep the phone in the mount. Juanito 23, my 2000 A4 manual just hit 300K, 1.8T baby, awesome. That's a fun little car, and what a great time too. They built such good products then. Everybody did, even, and I'm not a German car guy, but man, they built good cars back then. They really did. If you just changed the oil and took care of them, just like everything back then, if you just took care of it, and it was pretty good. They're really, the 2000s were the pinnacle, the absolute best of the best, the early 2000s, and then it all went down really quick. Really quick. But awesome. My Sienna is just about ready to hit 300K. It's got like 298. In my last Toyota Sienna, I put 338 on before I had to crush it because it rotted out. Oh, I hate working on them too, bro. Oh, they're the worst. Yeah, you love it. Exactly. And it sure doesn't sound, I'm sure you don't have to do too much to it. My neighbor Rob has a 2000-ish Jetta, Volkswagen Jetta with diesel, and he gave me a ride the other day, and it's got like 448,000 miles. Yes, Sienna, very reliable. They sure are, you know, and then like 90% of them are driven by women. So this one was a flower delivery van. I've never seen anybody beating on a flower delivery vehicle ever. They're usually too stoned or too old to care. Now, if it was a pizza delivery or a catering service or any other sector, I would be very worried. but a Sienna that was a flower delivery. My last Sienna was a flower delivery van, and it just went and went and went. I was like, I need to do the timing belt on this. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to do the timing belt because the body's not going to last the limit of. So I gambled. I ended up putting like 180,000 miles on that timing belt. I replaced it for those owners. Then they gave me the van, and then I just drove it till I crushed it. Drove it right to the scrapyard. The tranny had 340,000. Like, come on, who's going to buy a used tranny with 350,000? The motor ran great, but who's going to buy a motor with 300? You know what I mean? And plus, they're so reliable. There's just not a need for them. And they crushed like 2 of them that day. And that was the old egg-shaped ones. And those are the ones that were the best. I want one so bad again. I would trade somebody an older Sienna for my newer Sienna with less miles. So that I would totally do that again. Love the Siennas. So here we do have a little bit more water than I'm going to take you off the camera or the mount again. We got a little bit more water in the back here than I had expected. That's okay. Look at how good they seal this. I mean, this is so undercoated and rust proofed and seam sealed. They do such a good job with their build quality. And then just kind of this is all just dust. So I wonder if it didn't just, like I said, sit at the edge of a field or a yard and really no indication. There's no water lines or anything. It's just moisture. And up front, yeah, there's a little bit there too. So with this diaper, that's pretty dry. I mean, we're just going to put a fan in it. I'll suck the water out here in a second with the shop vac. We'll cut the diaper on the other side, pull that out, suck up the rest of the water. Hey, SNS, how you doing, man? Juanito says, that's impressive, man. Be proud of your work. I just drew a hole in the floor myself. Oh, my God, that's hilarious. Oh, gosh, sorry, I'm coughing into the mic. That's good stuff. I love your honesty. That's awesome. And I can't say that I haven't done that in the past or thought about it for sure. But in this situation, we're going to... That way, if the new owner wants to go back and look at my live streams and see how I did it, you know, they can, and it's not like going to be a, well, it'll be a hillbilly on video, but I'm not just cranking and torquing stuff. We're not just ripping and shredded. I've taken literally hundreds of these interiors apart on this specific car, not maybe in general, but hundreds of them. For so many reasons, from the body shop to airbag deployments, airbag recalls. Not too many. They had a seat connector recall. They had a circuit board recall for the radio. This is more just sound dampening than anything. These Infiniti really did good with their noise, vibration, and harshness. So there's not a lot of noise, vibration, or harshness when driving one of these. They're very smooth and quiet, which they should be for the price. And again, it's not up there with your German quality of, I will say that like a BMW, like, I don't want to say it, but I can't lie to myself or you, because just years of seeing how things are built and made, the metal quality and the metal structure of a lot of German cars is pretty insane. At least it used to be. Of modern times, I don't know. And I'm not talking about modern times. I'm only talking about 2012, and that's it. Pre-2012. Are we going to cut this one out? We'll just leave it. All right, we're going to get the vacuum, which we already have set up, sort of. I'm going to mute my microphone. So we'll hear y'all in just a minute. All right. Water sucked. Oh no, they even did the fake carbon fiber on the back doors too. Ah, it's so gross. It doesn't even feel real. Like if it felt real, I could get a little bit of it, but still, what a dumb place to put carbon fiber. If you were going to trick your car out with carbon fiber, that would be the last place I would ever put it. But when you're a squid, living the squid life, got to do what you got to do, man. I get it, but I don't. So let's see if we can jam a fan in here somehow. I'm probably going to remove all of this stuff. We'll get rid of this stuff. We'll put the fan in there facing forward. Then we'll start moving stuff so we can work this onto the hoist. That's going to be a 2-hour project, I think. Because I can't pull it outside. There's too much snow. It has to be shuffled. But a floor jack, we'll move some of the stuff over there. We'll be able to get it on the hoist. Easy enough. Oh, I got a message. A couple people back here in a minute. We're going to put some tools away. Or just right here. That's good. Yeah, I want to get this done sooner than later. So I'm going to pretty much just work on it till it's done. Because I think it'll sell fairly good with the Christmas season. And this is a, I don't know, I shouldn't say that. I don't want to jinx myself. But it's a more... if you know, you know type of a thing. So if you know, you know. And I'm hoping that somebody will know what's up and see the authenticity in what we're doing and why we're doing it. And I think it's totally worth it. I should be able to make my time If this were a customer car and I was charging X amount per hour, I should be able to make that back when we sell it, if that makes sense. Otherwise, I would not have done this. Because I knew when I opened the door, I knew at the junkyard it had water. It had been sitting for a while, so because the kid blew the motor up and couldn't afford to put a motor in it. I'm sure that'd be $5-6 grand at a dealership. Oh, and I just close that on that. That's nice. I didn't hurt anything. So get our fan in here. Oops, sorry about that. Huh. Real professional here. I gotta find a new camera tech. Fire the one I've got. He's no good. No bueno. All right. Oh, we're going to have to shut the Christmas lights off. I need this extension cord. Sounds like Christmas music is playing. I don't know if you can hear it in the background or not. Here, stealing money from outsider and treating them like terrorists is common, and the racism is surprisingly high. Really? From your dad? Wow. Against like anyone that's not Philippine, or just like against the tall, good-looking American Chad? I'm just curious, because CB Media seems to have a really good time over there. And I know he's got a dude that's like interpreting for him all the time. Well, no, I think he speaks fluently. Why would you not? I would never attempt to go to another country other than for a vacation without knowing the language. If I was going to move there, I'm going to assimilate with everything to a certain degree. But I'm not going to try to change their culture, that's for sure. No, sir, that's not how it works. But I think the Philippines have some amazing, an amazing tuner scene. The diesel scene, the longboat tail scene, and it might just be a really small scene too that YouTube makes it look like a big scene. So I'm not sure as far as that goes, but I do know that the battery, most likely, I did not disconnect it yet, or maybe I did and that's why it's dead. So I'd like to roll the windows up, maybe put a space heater in there with it so it gets a little warm. I don't know. Probably want to leave the doors open too for airflow. So we'll just leave the doors open for now and figure out how we're going to clean this carpet. How are we going to clean the carpet? A steam cleaner would be really nice. Don't be fooled. How? Oh, by YouTube? Should love everyone. All right. There we go. All right, I'm going to have to wrap this up soon. I've got a lot of carpet cleaner and a shop vac, so I don't know why that wouldn't work. I think get the dude's head juice off the seat post rest there. yeah, so we'll just set all this here. I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll look at all the carpet treatment stuff that I have and see what would be best. Get some hot water out here, scrub brush, and a shop vac. And I don't know. I don't see why that couldn't clean it up a bit. So I also want to look into a new rear seat, because that rear seat is, he left something sit on it. And that's not a hole, that's a hole for the seat belt. But the rest of the seat there is pretty nasty. Unless I can just get a cover, I'll reskin it. I don't mind skinning seats. So. Oh, sorry about that. All right. Thanks for checking in, everyone. I appreciate it. We're going to be back at some point with this carpet cleaning. We'll do some ASMR carpet shampooing or something. But yeah, here we are. We'll have this interior cleaned up in a jiffy. Have a great day, everyone.